afternoon, or evening. This is Mateo360 continuing Power Rangers. Today we'll be using Pink Ranger, just because. Honestly, the start of Area 2 looks like where we should have gone after the end of the first half of Area 1. Those blaster things are new but really only show up in this part, and they're very easy to avoid, and will hit putties for you if you're lucky. The Pink Ranger is honestly not really the best to use. Her range is really short. Her combo isn't all that interesting either. Although I do admit, no matter who I'm using, it's fun to combo putties. Oh yeah, and the gimmick for this part of the level? There are barrels rolling around everywhere that will hurt you, but completely ignore the putties. And a new type of putty. These black ones are just shield putties. You have to combo them to destroy their shield, and then combo them again to defeat them. So, putties that take more hits! Yay! Those barrels can be really annoying if you don't see which direction you're coming from, so it's good to really stay away from the edges of the screens for this. And that, I feel, is just a dick move. Barrels don't do that much damage, but it'll add up over time. One annoying thing about how the fighting system in this game works is, depending on where you hit the putty in the combo, they'll just go flying and you'll have to keep repeating your combo till they go down. It's also really annoying when they keep jumping over you! Our monster for this level? Gnarly Gnome! And, wow, Kim, you got, rather bulked up there. And more masculine looking. One special thing about when you use the Pink Ranger, if you hit up an attack on her, she'll actually shoot an arrow. All the Rangers have an up attack button combo, but most of the time it's just a downward swing. And unfortunately, as much as it's fun firing arrows, they don't do a lot of damage. You're just better off comboing them with the bow. I also wish to point out the fact that the sprite for the Pink Ranger doesn't have a skirt. All of the Rangers are basically carbon copies of each other with changed colors. It'll become more apparent once we get to the 6th level. And here, you learn a new mechanic. You jump up and hold up to climb these things. Something where if you don't have a manual, can really throw you off when you're running around the bottom there. And always when there's split levels, take the lower ground, because it's easier for you to hit anything than it is for things to hit you. If you're on the higher ground, they'll most likely hit you while you're trying to hit them. Those falling, burning pipes will actually hurt putties too if they get caught in it. Like so. But for this fight, it's best to try to stay as far into the center as you can. So those things really hurt you, too. And you really don't have that many frames of invincibility. At this point, to avoid standing under the pipe, I'm just showing off how bad the dino arrows are. It's especially bad when it decides to turn you around on its own, too. Now here you have to hit down and jump to drop down. Or you could just run to the end of each of the platforms. These shield putties are just more of a nuisance than anything, just because they take so long to go down. You can't jump over these, you have to destroy them. But there's a good reason to. There's one in each level that has a health in them. Well, I guess each part of the level. So from now on we have 3 parts before the boss. Unlike 2 in the first level. Really want to time this because those things can knock you off the platform. Another bomb pickup. That was bad timing. You'll note that this is a little too high for us to just casually jump to. Well, here's another mechanic. Ball jumping! Again, if you don't have the manual, this can really throw you off. Anything that floats in the air that you can hit, destroy it immediately or it will become a pain in the butt. Those little streams of flames, those will hurt you, but won't hurt the putties. I don't think. Although the hitboxes are sometimes kind of wonky when it comes to what actually hits you and what doesn't. You especially want to take out these floating bomb droppers because if you fall, they're going to be a pain in the butt if you're trying to get back up. I don't know why I jumped over there. I saw there's nothing. Yeah, only the first level is pure action. The rest you'll have to do a lot of platforming. By the way, new putties! Base putties! They have a longer range, which is kind of annoying, but they're really not much of an issue. You can usually take them out before they do anything. I will say, I love this boss music. Now, the gnome is kind of an annoying boss. He can hit you with a rake, fire a fireball, and he'll use his accordion to mess with the ranger's sense. But he's pretty easy if you stay in one area, because he'll only transport onto the platforms on screen. But it's the transporting that's annoying, because sometimes he'll transport to a spot where you can't hit him before he fires off an attack. transporting gimmick gets much more annoying when he gets down further in his health. This is what I mean. You don't know where he'll show up. That's basically a good spot to use the bomb, because that'll knock out most of his health. Then if you can position yourself right, you can get him to a point where he'll not be able to hit you, but you can hit him wherever he transports. And it's best to wait for him to come to you. And that's it! Our rather manly buff Pink Ranger beat the gnome. Next time, a quite unpleasant level.